the little that she had actually became something amazing. Last story. Naaman. I'll go through this one. 1 through 14. I'm not going to go through all those. Naaman, commander of the Syrian army, had a great relationship with his king that he served under. He was a leper. His wife had a servant who was a Jewish captive, and evidently they had a great relationship because this Jewish girl told her master, Naaman's wife, you know, there's a prophet in Israel that he can heal. And so Naaman happened to say this to the king. The king writes a letter to the king of Israel saying, hey, I want you to heal my servant. Naaman gets all freaked out because he knows he can't heal. But Elisha, by the word of the Lord, understood what was going on. By the word of the Lord shows up and says, send him to me. And so we'll pick it up in verse 10. His engagement, Elisha's engagement with Naaman, he says, go and wash in the Jordan 7 times. And your flesh shall be restored, and you shall be clean. You see, sometimes going isn't convenient. Sometimes where you're asked to go is inconvenient, because here he is. I mean, he's a Syrian. He lives in a different country. And his reaction, here's his reaction. Naaman became furious. And he left. He just walks away from the prophet and says, look, I just knew he'd come out and he'd stand, he'd wave his arms and he'd do something, throw smoke or do this or that. I mean, he just had all these preconceived ideas of how the man of God was supposed to do what he wanted him to do in order for him to get his ends. Stand over, call on the name of the Lord, God, wave his hand over this place and then heal the leprosy. And then he said this, he's talking about, his home country, the Abana and the far rivers of Damascus.